To General Jack Keane with us right now. And General, I was thinking, and an honor to have you on this Veterans Day, that even when we're not involved in this war, we still have U.S. soldiers, certainly the 1,200 or so whose boots are on the ground there in harm's way. There have been almost 50 attacks on them since the start of this war from Iranian-backed entities. So the threat is still there. Our response is usually pretty predictable, General. We go after these rebel groups funded by Iran, and we leave it at that. What do you think?
Well, firstly, I just like to take a look at it strategically, what is happening. I mean, there's a recognition among many of us in foreign policy and national security, wake up every day, and this is what we work on, that the United States has lost its ability to deter its adversaries. Our adversaries for the last 2-3 years have gotten considerably more aggressive. We did not deter Putin in Ukraine. We have not deterred the Iranians from what they're attempting to do here in using their instrument, Hamas, to destroy as much of Israel as they can, weaken Israel politically, isolate them geopolitically, certainly, get worldwide condemnation against Israel, and try to force a collapse of the government. And certainly they are trying to drive us out of the Middle East, which has been an objective for 43 years, and that's why they're attacking us, I think now 48 times since October the 7th, 83 times before that. But even more than that, we have President Xi. You've commented on it many times. We have discussed it many times as how he has stepped up his aggression against the United States, against Taiwan, against our allies and partners for the last 2 or 3 years. We are not deterring these adversaries. They see leadership in the United States. They believe it's weak. This is their perception, and they think they can take advantage of us because the United States is, generally speaking, in decline, and we don't have the same political will. And they look at our military and they see the facts, that the military post 9/11 has eroded. Its deterrent capability is not as strong as it used to be. It's still the #1 military in the world, but when you put it in certain scenarios, it is challenged. All of those things are coming together here, and that is why you see the attacks continuing to accelerate against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria, you know, despite the fact that we've tried to tell them through 2 airstrikes to knock it off. They're not going to knock it off. That's the reality of it until you put something on the table that they value more, and you're willing to take some risk with that in escalation and not be afraid that it's going to start a war with Iran. The 43 years of evidence suggest that Iran does not want direct confrontation with the United States. That's why they designed this brilliant strategy of using proxies in other countries, terrorist organizations primarily, to attack us and drive us out of the region. They don't want direct confrontation with us because that's the end of their regime.
But, General, don't the Iranians know that we don't want a direct confrontation going after entities in Iran, and that is something from which they take advantage?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's why I believe after you take down the proxy's capability to attack us, that you put on the table the IRGC training center, which is based in Iran, where all these proxies train. The Hamas was there with 500 in September, as an example. Put on the table the IRGC bases, which Reagan did in the mid-'80s. He took down oil platforms. He took down IRGC naval bases because they were interfering with the flow of oil out of the Persian Gulf, which is another one of their major objectives. And also put the IRGC headquarters in Iran on the table. These are things that will get their attention. We've had 2 presidents that have done this. Reagan is one. The other one is certainly President Trump, when he went after the leader of the IRGC Quds Force, who was directing the attacks against the United States, and certainly targeted him and killed him. And that put them back on their heels. Now, did they conduct an attack in recrimination against us? Yes, but it was a measured attack, and we never heard from them since. That's under the Trump administration, I mean. So, yes, I think we have to confront the Iranians over this issue, or it will continue. After all, we're trying to prevent Americans from being killed. And it looks like as they continue to conduct these attacks, at some point, our luck is going to run out, and sadly to say, we may have a tragic occurrence here.
All right, General, I want to thank you very much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.